60,000 naira per bag. Gigi, please ring the bell.
As part of its commitment to developing Nigeria's commodities market ecosystem and unlocking value from the country's agriculture value chain, the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange listed the 23.4 billion naira Eko rice classic sports contracts. It marked a new dawn for the agriculture sector in Nigeria, which is in dire need of transition from the subsistence level to value creation and economic opportunities. Market leaders, policymakers, and regulators lauded the listing as a plus to growth of the commodities market. Highlight of the event was the formal listing of the 23.4 billion naira Eko Rice Classic Sports contract by the Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Dr. Emomotimi Agama. The DG of SEC, Lagos State Commissioner of Agriculture, and the CEO of the LCFE speak further on the value of the listing to the commodities markets and economy.
The listing of the Eko rice today marks a new beginning for Nigerian farmers. That is to say, you can list your rice or your commodities with the strength and knowledge that your pricing will be adequate and it will take you home. That is a milestone, and we are glad to be part of that history.
The onset of the development of the largest rice mill in Nigeria, in Lagos, the idea was to ensure that we end up establishing a commodities exchange where there's transparency around transactions related to agricultural products and farmers can get the right kind of margins, middlemen can put the right margins as well, and consumers can buy at the right prices that are more affordable and devoid of excessive profits being made by others within the chain. So this has been part of the concept from the beginning. In Lagos, we think of the end with the beginning in mind and the beginning with the end in mind. So nothing here is arbitrary. It has always been a part of the plan. And as the Lagos state government, under the able leadership of Mr. Babajide Olusola, this is the dream we have envisioned for agriculture in Lagos.
There's now a nexus between the agri value chain now and the capital markets, particularly the private sector. And then what's been established now is that we now have what we call fungible instruments that are now acceptable as instruments that are tradable. And automatically also it means that you have instruments now that you can present as collateral to the market. And what that does for you is creates prosperity for people that in those days used to suffer from post-harvest losses there, from the issue of the middlemen, being able to remove the middlemen so that the farmers, like the DG said, can get full value for whatever they're doing. And also it's going to create a platform also and a template for people to see that the other value chains that we have, from shea butter to the grains, to the wheat value chain, to the cocoa value chain, people will be able to use the same template to see that we can establish proper structures for us to be able to upgrade what we do in Nigeria by way of agriculture, and for the participants to be able to benefit better in the ecosystem. That is what we're seeing in a simple way. The other side of it is the investors also now don't have to be going up and down looking for how do I access this particular investment, how do I participate in this particular value chain. You can do it easily through these structured assets now. And I'm sure later the institutionals will start coming in also to see that, okay, this is a very good value chain I want to participate in. How do we participate in it? And if you look at the emphasis of what the DG mentioned today, he mentioned the issue of the food program on the federal government also at a high level and what the Mr. President is trying to achieve. This is a big stepping stone in the right direction. Because when you say you have like 300,000 bags of rice, which is about 23.4 billion, it means that some people are already looking at how do they scale up, and that's a good for a subnational like Lagos coming up with this position. And that's why there was a lot of kudos given to the governor of Lagos, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, on this, and the Commissioner for Agriculture spoke extensively about this to the special advisor on rice. Particular emphasis will go to the special advisor on rice because some of these things also require minimal and a lot of expertise that creates that environment for us to be able to move to that level.
The listing of the 23.4 billion naira Eko Rice Classic Spot contract on the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange marks a new dawn for Nigeria's agriculture sector and national productivity. With the Eko Rice Classic listed at 1,200 naira per kg, at 60,000 naira per 50 kg bag, and closing at 1,320 naira per kg at 66,000 naira per 50 kg bag. A 10% increase on the listing day clearly demonstrates its potential as a viable investment vehicle for portfolio diversification in the commodities market, which can be replicated for other staple food items and crops like maize, cocoa, sorghum, amongst others.